Previously in Power Book 44 Season 2 Episode 6, Tommy and Diamond add Jenard and Vic to CBI in order to strengthen their alliance. Tommy receives a warning from Reykjavik not to enter Serb land, and when he does so, disastrous consequences follow. In Power Book 44 Season 2 Episode 7, Tommy becomes closer to Maria and increases CBI's area while working behind Miguel's back to take advantage of the Serbs' attack on the Crimson projects. Tommy Egan and Diamond continue to crush the Chicago drug trade with Vic Flynn at their side, Jenard back in the picture, and his group rejoining with CBI. In the episode Chicago is heating up this week, the pair takes two significant actions. First, they persuade Miguel to stop providing heroin to the Serbs as payback for the attack on the Crimson projects. Miguel concurs, which prompts the second action, joining forces with the Division Street Devils. Even though Tommy's car is shot in the process, he manages to persuade the DST chief to join the alliance that Tommy and Diamond have established across Chicago. However, Tommy finds out that the same police officer he saw earlier in the day has been following them when they get back from the meeting. He then overhears Vic and the policemen conversing, and Vic obliges him to kill the officer to show that he is not a snitch. Tommy and Diamond had to worry about more than just the police pursuing them. Though they haven't finished anything yet, Jenard and Shanti are still working on their plan to remove Tommy. Shanti strikes an agreement with Claudia to assist her in distributing her goods at upscale Chicago venues, such as upscale strip clubs. She and Jenard will receive extra money as a result of their 50-50 split, which they can keep for themselves and not share with anyone. On the other hand, Jenard makes the significant revelation that Tommy and Miguel's younger sister Maria are currently dating, and he has photographic proof of it. While his first impulse is to give Tommy a hard time, Shanti advises them to hold off on using the picture until a more appropriate time. In relation to relationships, Tommy and Maria's are generally doing well. Miguel is the main drawback and the elephant in the room. Miguel pays a surprise visit to Tommy's house and almost catches the two, but fortunately they escape detection. Given that Miguel killed the last employee who dated Maria, Maria is concerned that Miguel will learn about her and Tommy. She seems to feel more at ease when Tommy tells her once more that nothing bad will happen to him. Conversely, Diamond's final attempt with Leon's mother Jana is a complete failure. It turns out that the two had a shared passion, and after Diamond gave a fantastic speech to his community, which Leon and Jana attended, the two spent a really special evening together. Well, then there's Claudia, reliving a flashback as her lifelong buddy showed up to keep her company following Walter's passing, but sentiments have intensified since then. Claudia was kicked out of the Flynn family organization and is only now starting over. She was out to re-establish herself in the drug world after getting in touch with an old friend who happens to be her new love interest. When Claudia finds herself at a posh club, she discovers that drugs are being peddled there. She manages to arrange a new arrangement to market her own goods there, and she first gets in touch with Jenard to work out a cooperative agreement to get the goods moved in the club. In this episode, Shanti approaches Claudia to work out a contract, but she declines. After a while, the two decide on a 50-50 split, which effectively puts Claudia back in the game. Judging on the money she and Shanti made on their first night together, Claudia should be pleased with this outcome. Although Claudia would have looked better if she had completed the deal, her profit more than makes up for it. Jenard has returned to CBI and is a clean man. Despite going through withdrawal from his brief heroin use, he seemed committed to abstaining from narcotics and to making the most of his chance in CBI. It's evident from this week's episode that he still wants to defeat Tommy, and he now has the means to accomplish it. As Jenard is parked outside Tommy's house, he witnesses Maria come and enter the house. However, not before Jenard takes a picture of her kissing Tommy. Miguel, Maria's elder brother, is not someone Tommy and Maria want to find out about their relationship. Nevertheless, Jenard now has the power to gain the upper hand over Tommy, and more thanks to the evidence in his possession. Everything hinges on how he performs. It seems that Shanti is a bit of a genius. Although Jenard declined Claudia's offer to collaborate, Shanti perceived it as a chance to generate income for both herself and Jenard independent of CBI, and more precisely Tommy. Shanti managed to reach a 50-50 agreement and ensured Claudia would remain silent about the agreement to support both their collaboration and her role at CBI. Finally, after Jenard shows her the photo of Tommy and Maria cuddling, she advises him to treasure the photograph, because it might come in handy later. Shanti, who was quiet at first, is someone to keep an eye on because she has the cards and the acumen to conclude the season with some major moves. As evidenced by the first scene of Chicago is heating up, Tommy and Maria will be together forever. However, Miguel's potential discovery, which almost occurred moments later when Miguel paid Tommy in his flat an unexpected visit, while Maria was present, remains the major concern for both of them. Even though they got out of that circumstance unhurt, Jenner took a picture of Tommy and Maria kissing, which suggests trouble is ahead for them. It's unclear if Tommy would use the picture as blackmail or disclose it to Miguel, but either way, things won't end well for him. The turning point for Tommy is when he realizes that the feds are after him. Vic's decision to put Tommy's devotion above Stacy's ultimately leads to the murder of one of the policemen. In addition, he succeeded in persuading Miguel to cut off the Serbs, which facilitates his and Diamond's efforts to seize control of Chicago. Tommy has an extra second to breathe now that the police officer and the Serbs are out of the way and there is one fewer person searching for him. The feds will back down as a result, but Mr. Degan will be the only one who feels the heat. Diamond had been trying to get Liam's mother Jana's attention for a few weeks now. This week, he was finally able to accomplish so, following a speech he had to deliver to his town. Diamond's parole officer gave him instructions to make a speech discussing his past and his reformed present. Although he is hesitant, Diamond consents to deliver the speech because he knows it will help his parole officer stop pursuing him and lessen the frequency of drug tests and random checks. Jana and Leon are among many in the audience who are impressed by Diamond's speech. Taking advantage of this, he asks Jana out on a date, which she accepts, but their evening together doesn't go as expected. Jana recommends that instead of going out to dinner, they stay in and spend a special time together before calling it a night. Diamond made a terrific speech, got his parole officer off his back, and got the woman he really wanted. If I may say so myself, it was a perfect week.